about cleaning your throttle body with a throttle body air intake cleaner. Let's say that your car is hesitant a little bit, or it has a rough idle, or you have an OBD P0300 to P0308. This just might help it, cleaning your throttle body. Now there's two types of throttle bodies. You have an electronic driven throttle body or a cable driven throttle body, and I'm gonna get to the cable one in a second because I have both vehicles and I'm about to clean both throttle bodies. Okay, this is where your throttle body sits. You have your air filter housing, you have your intake manifold. The throttle body sits right off the air tube and in between the intake manifold. I take my throttle body off just to save time, but it's just 4 screws, 4 bolts, 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom. The reason I took the throttle body off is because it's an electronically driven throttle body and you don't want to use your fingers to push the valve to open this flap. If you do, you might damage the motor. It's also connected with a harness. This is where you connect it. Remember, don't push that in. You might also snap your fingers too. So you take it off and you clean it in hand. Now you can see mine is dirty, the front and the back, and that's why you want to take it off. So let me show you how you clean it, but before we do that, let's look inside here. This is inside your throttle body. This is inside the intake manifold. See what that looks like in there. Now, when you go to clean inside there, because you're going to want to, don't get crazy spraying all this up in there. Okay, I'm holding the CRC throttle body and air intake cleaner, and I'm going to spray just a little bit into the intake manifold. Just a little bit. Then I'm going to come and spray some on a towel. Obviously you want to be in a ventilated area. I have a mask on. And then you take this and then you wipe it all up in here as far as you can reach. And make sure you get a clean towel that's not going to leave any lint or anything up in there. Okay. Now, look at how much cleaner that is just in a few seconds. Okay, now that we cleaned the intake manifold, let's jump on the throttle body. As you can see, there is some carbon buildup up in there. And then if I flip it over, there's some on the inside. What I did, I just put a towel down. I'm in my driveway, I'm outside, and I put the little straw on, and I'm going to spray in bursts of 2 seconds in a clockwise motion. You don't have to drown it. You get it up in there. You let the throttle body cleaner do the job, do its work, and then you just take it and you wipe it on down. So that's a nice improvement. Obviously I'm going to go ahead and clean the rest of it up, but for video purposes, just showing this is how you do it. So you can see just how clean you can get it. So again, there it is right there, 2 second burst. I'll go ahead and clean all the way around this thing and then show you what it looks like in a second. Oh, now that you have it, I forgot to say this, now that you have it off the car, you can go ahead and press it since it's not attached to the car, and then you want to clean around this little lip, around the rim, around the back, everywhere. I hope you can see this. So I'll clean this and show you what it looks like in a second, and then we'll jump on the other throttle. Okay, you can see I cleaned it up pretty good. Here's the front. Here's the back of it. And if the towel isn't working, I did go ahead and get a little soft bristle brush, or you can just use a toothbrush and clean it as well. I'm gonna hold it in the light, and you can see how you can see light around the little round cylinder up in there. So when all that tarnish is on there, it's blocking the airflow, and that is what makes your car idle rough. So now that we know how to clean an electronic one, let's go ahead and jump on the cable driven one. Now, in order to reinstall this back into your car, all you do is you bolt this on with the 4 bolts. Make sure your rubber seal is intact and is in good working order. Put the 4 bolts back in. Don't tighten it down too much, because pretty sure everybody's is made out of aluminum, so you don't want to crack it. And then just put on the air chamber, and then you're done. Okay, let's get on to it. I'm about to install this, and I just wanted to show you just how clean up in there has become. Pretty clean. I can't shine the light any further, but you know, I cleaned as far as I could. Like I said, don't go trigger happy and then soak all that up in there. So as soon as you install it, as soon as you install your throttle body back on, whatever throttle body cleaner is up in the intake, it'll burn off in a few seconds. The car will run rough for a few seconds, and then it'll burn it off. One last thing I forgot to mention. This bottle costs roughly $5. This throttle body costs roughly $80. So you can go buy a brand new one and it'll look just as clean, or go buy a $5 bottle and then make it look just as clean. Okay, now let me show you the other throttle. Now I'm on my other car, and this particular one has the throttle body that's hooked up with a cable. Hooked up with a cable right here. Primarily, it's the exact same thing. Here's your air filter, here's your mass airflow sensor, here's the air chamber, here's the throttle body, and the intake manifold is right under. What you do, I already took the little screw out that holds the screw that holds the air chamber down. So I can move this out the way, and then I can move that out the way. Okay, and then there's your throttle body. Now with this one, you don't have to take it off the car, but if you did, it's just 3 screws, one here, and one here. At least it's 3 screws on my vehicle. But since it's cable driven, you can simply just press this one down. Now, this one is real hard to press down, so you might want to get a screwdriver or something and hold it. But with this one, again, you just spray around up in here. Don't go crazy. Burst of 2 seconds, spray it down, get your toothbrush or your soft bristle brush and wipe it around, get the towel, wipe it out. Make sure you clean the inside. I don't know if you can see that, but want to clean up under there, and watch your fingers, because this thing will close on you. Again, just get a screwdriver or something. Okay, just to save time on the video, you see how dirty this is? You already saw me clean the electronic throttle body. This one, you clean them the same way. You spray it on, wipe it off. So I'll go ahead and do that off camera. You know, I was going to just clean the throttle body attached to the car. Attached to the car, but I said, let me go ahead and take it off, and I'm glad I did. Look at how dirty the bottom is. And up in there, you know, there's no way I could have got up in there. There's no way I could have got to the bottom. Then you take a look in here in the intake. Again, don't go crazy spraying intake throttle body cleaner up in there. I mean, not intake throttle body cleaner up in there. But yeah, I just thought I would show. Again, just 3 screws, take it off, but it's so much easier. I mean, that stuff is caked on. But as soon as I clean it, I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, you can see just how clean this thing is. The bottom, even up in here, I don't know how good you can see that. Let me step into some light. I don't know if that made it any worse, but this thing is clean. Down up in here, this thing is clean. Now, this cost $5, like I said, for the bottle of throttle body cleaner. This was $5 and it cleaned 2 throttles, and I still got half the can left. And this particular throttle is $225, or a few minutes of elbow grease. Okay, right here, this valve, this is your IAC valve, or idle air control valve. It goes right here on the throttle body. I also cleaned up in there, and as you can see, I cleaned this off. Just forgot to mention that earlier. So let me go ahead and put all this back together and then see how she starts. Here's the throttle body installed in the SUV, and you can see it is just glowing clean. So I'm about to start it up, and let's see if it chokes a little bit. If it does, just give it a little bit of gas, and then it'll kick in. I had to put a mask on because I don't like breathing the fumes of the throttle body cleaner. It should get rid of any hesitation. It should get rid of any P0300s or any random misfires. I don't know if it should, but it definitely will help. So as usual, I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate you taking the time to watch. And if you have any questions, feel free to hit me up and I will get back to you. All right, you have a good one.